Hello, I'm Jeremy Schuback, and welcome to another episode of the PS Pod. In the last episode, I was telling you about colors and how to use masks to slightly affect what you're doing with colors. In this session, I'm going to be showing you a sharpening technique and a little bit of blurring. All right, most people, when they think sharpening, they think to go to, here I'm going to click the layer itself, they think to go to Filter, Sharpen, and then use one of these. Me personally, that's not my favorite method to go about sharpening. If you use this, you can make it so it looks a little bit sharper. Just before and after. Here, we're going to zoom in so you really get to see it. Amount, before and after. And you can just see that everything is a little bit sharper. And that looks all right. My favorite way to go about it is to duplicate the layer, put it above everything, and set it on overlay. This is 2 steps, so stick with me. Set it on overlay. And just trust me right now that setting it on overlay is a good thing to do. You will notice this actually changes all the colors. We're going to make it so that's not the case. It should be noted that these layer modes are another way to adjust colors that we're not getting into in these beginning color adjustment tutorials, but they're very powerful, and they're something that I'm going to be talking about later on. All right. Then you go to Filter, Other, High Pass. And you have this adjustment right here. And what I like about this method of sharpening, just duplicating the layer out, setting it on overlay, and then going into Filter, Other, High Pass, is just a single slider. And I like things when they're, as simple as possible. So I'm going to press OK. And we have a before and after of before and after. And that's just much, much sharper. Much sharper. Look at the difference between that. Remarkable. All right, so one more time. Duplicate the layer, bring it to the top, set it on overlay, and then go into the filter of Other, High Pass, and just adjust it to your heart's content. So let's say it's this, before, after. Excellent. So that's how you can go about sharpening an image. In order to blur part of an image, let's say you wanted this part of the table to be blurred. Or actually, let's do this. Let's crop this out so it's a little bit better of a composition. I'm just going to crop it out so we don't get this bottom area here. That's basically empty space. Get it so the spoon falls into the thirds, and press OK. That's a little bit better. Let's crop it again. And do I like that more or less? We'll keep it like this. All right, let's say I wanted to blur out this left section a little bit. In order to do that, first thing I'd do is just simplify this by selecting all of the layers and pressing Flatten Image. And that way we just have it as a single image. I then go into the lasso tool. So just go into the lasso tool and just kind of drag it. And now we have the active region set on this left side. Let's feather the edge a little bit. I've shown you all of this in a previous tutorial. Let's set it on 20. And then, so now it's just affecting this active region. That didn't work. Just this region over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. And to be honest, I use this filter more than just about all of the other filters combined. And what Gaussian Blur does is it's a single slider that allows you to blur part of an image. So you can see that it's just kind of blurring part of this image right here. I'm going to press OK. I'm going to deselect. And so we just have it so this part of the image is blurred right there. I'm going to go into History, Window History, and go back a couple of steps. It looks like this would be better if we feathered it by a little bit more, so I'm going to feather it by, let's go with 100, and then go into that same effect, Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and because there's no clear edge to see because it's such a slow blur, I'm going to go into that, Control D to deselect, we just kind of get a nice effect right there, where it goes from blurry to crystal clear. All right, so that is how to blur and how to sharpen. That concludes this short episode of the PS Pod. In the next episode, I'm going to show you how to change individual elements within an image. So let's say you want a guy has a blue shirt. I'll show you how to change it to red. All right, until then.